operation of the county, that we are questioning their honor, our control as traditional people, forgetting that you are paramount chief. As people, they honor our control, and after we should have done with them, we turn it over to you. So you leave and go back because this issue is heavily traditional as you may see it. So the guys got panicked and they left. They left the four persons in their hand. Unfortunately, the next day, the other guy who got tortured so severely, Isaac, I think about he should be about 60 years, he died in the process. And the other three were severely flogged. I got a photo on my phones. If you want, I can give it to you for pictorial evidence. They were flogged massively. They put sticks on their feet way back, Jabakutabe, and they tortured them.
So
I don't know. Yes, that's what it's audio. They call it audio by trial, audio by trial, or what's the word name? And they were brought to town, and police attracted statement from them and some other evidence from them. And so the paramount chief name again was Link. He was the gang leader. He was the one who gave all the orders to the flocking of the late Isaac and the rest of the guys. He died. So when Ahar died, the police confronted me that one of your paramount chief, through the county inspector, the county attorney, that one of your paramount chief is involved in this matter again, Peter Kong. I placed a call to Honorable Kong, and I spoke with him. He said, I don't know anything about it. I said, fine. If you are innocent like you are claiming, get to the police and make yourself clear.
Yeah.
And once you are clear, the police will establish that you are not part of it or you are innocent. He insisted. I moved to the Minister of Internal Affairs in his office, and I used my phone to call Peter Kong. And the minister spoke with him. And he said, you will not get the minister on my phone. The minister used his own number to call him and told him that, Honorable Kong, your name is mentioned, and your name is on the list among the 15, and your name is the first. As a paramount chief, go to the police and give your statement. You need to do that before 2 or 3 days' time. He did not do. The police and the kind of kept embarrassing us that they want Peter Kong. So I went back to the minister. The minister said, he can't turn himself over, then he should be suspended until he's turned over to the police, or he turns himself over to the police. While he's alleged, he can't serve as paramount chief on our law. It will be like the government is harboring criminal in its own system to work. So based upon what I was told by my minister, when I went to sign though, I had a press conference, and I told them, them and the listening audience that they needed to turn themselves into the police, those 15 of them, as of the time that I had a press conference to the 31st of July. If not, they will be considered wanted by the Liberia National Police. And so they failed to turn in themselves, led by the paramount chief. So as I speak now, they are declared wanted by the Liberia National Police, and they are on the run.
They're on the run?
Yeah, they are on the run, sure.
Peter Kong.
Peter Kong.
On the run. So you're listening in Sino County. We're talking to the superintendent here on ELBC Radio from Pinsville. We'll ask you for your input shortly. We'll give you numbers to call on the show. The student community in Sino at the community college have been, we talked to, I will try to call him up on the show so we hear from him. The students have said they don't want the president of the community college. I've been hearing that from, we talked to the correspondent and other student leaders in the county. But then the president of the community college, on the other hand, is saying that you and Representative Ware, as well as Honorable Donkey, are behind his removal. What do you know about that?
Well, I'm so saddened to note that somebody who is held in high esteem, who is preferred, one of Sino's educated persons, and a president for our college, we, based on insinuation and try to make some accusations against some clean characters like us. What the president told Banner FM and other radio stations here in Monserrato is far from reality. There is no iota of truth in it. That's what I call him over when I was engaged by Banner FM and OKFM to authenticate what he said. He told me that the meeting at the chairman's place in Lexington, someone told him that I said he has overstayed over the college, and so he must leave, and that was why he implicated me into his accusations. But again, I told him that I was taken aback by his actions because as an educator as he is, or as he claims, should know how to verify information before going to the public space to release them. Because what you do with other characters that will not offer well is tantamount to you being sued or you going to law. And so what he did or what he said was not truth. It was far from reality. If you can recall, the first strike the student had in the county was totally against me. In my office, many times they put up roadblocks, and I have to talk to them on the demands of the establishment of the college board. And one point in time, they even went to my office and closed the entire administrative building. And that did not offer well to me. But later we sorted out, and we managed to talk to the caucus and prevailed on the president, and the president saw reasons and hastily, appointed the board. And right now they had a board. Knowledge from communications they served me on allegations leveled against the president of his malpractices. I think there's a need, to be given attention. Reverend Nyangbe himself should see reasons that these accusations, when they are leveled, all he can do is to provide the clarity, if not guilty. But unlike running around and levying accusations against people behind a removal, I'm not a student of the community college, and I had no influence to influence anybody for that matter as a leader, because I know whatsoever that was sparked out in my county, I will not want my county to be in the spotlight, in constant or protestations or violence all the time. So what he sees is far from reality. At no point in time that Roya or Donkey and I sat and tried to gang the student against him or against his removal. Just far from reality.
Far from the reality that you are not personally involved, or you're not in cahoot with other county leaders to remove the superintendent. The president of the Sino Community College, Jerry Nyangbe. Good afternoon, Reverend Jerry Nyangbe.
Good afternoon, Isaac. How are you?
All right, we're having you here briefly. The students of the community college have said they don't want you, and you on the other hand, been accusing political leaders of plotting your removal. Do you have any evidence that the superintendent or other representatives are behind your removal?
Well, thank you, Isaac. Students calling for a removal of the president or their president is all over. But what really happens is that before the arrival of President Wiato Greenville, the superintendent and Representative Duncan invited me to the presidential palace. And in a meeting they said, I told the students they said that the school was not going to make presentation while the president was in Greenville. So I told them, no, I did not tell the students anything. Then from the discussion, Representative Donkey looked in my face and said, since you are denying it is you, and I will fight you and make sure that you are removed from the presidency of the college.
So how does the superintendent get involved with that?
The superintendent of president, listen now. So I was invited to the just ended county sitting. Then a day before the county sitting, because in the communication, I was supposed to make a presentation at the county sitting. Then the superintendent called Professor Jibe A. Jibe, who is the chairman of the board of trustees of the Sino Community College, that I will not make presentation because the students told him that I should not make presentation. So I told Professor Jibe, okay, myself will call the superintendent. I called him and left me, he did not answer. So the following day, I called him and I said, this is what I heard. How true it is. You invited me to the county city to make a presentation. He said, the student said, I'm not allowed to make presentation. So I said, does it mean that I'm not going to make presentation? He said, well, I will discuss it later, I will call you. He did not call me until the county city.
Reverend Nyangbe, did you listen to the superintendent earlier before we call you? Are you listening to the program in Greenville?
I'm listening.
All right. So the superintendent said there are some concerns the students are raising, and he doesn't want a clash with you and the students, so those concerns will have to be investigated. Are you open and ready to be investigated?
Well, for available. And Isaac, let me say something. If, as a leader, people carry to you complain against somebody, what do? But when they invited the students to the representative house, there were other students who were not in support that followed them, and those students came back with the information. Okay.
Is the school currently open?
Wait.
No, sir. We don't have the luxury of time. We need to open the lines for other Sanoans and other concerned. Yes, sir.
At the county sitting, I was not allowed. But by the time the students presented, Representative Duncan got up and said, the man called himself Reverend. He's a criminal who is moving. So if people complain to me, why can't you call the other person?
Was it they're passing judgment on you without giving you a day in court?
Nothing.
All right, so we'll probably talk to you later on the show. But thank you so much for your input. All right, Reverend. The Reverend said, you people are being taken side. I mean, let's sum it up like that.
You know, Isaac, from all indications, what the Reverend just explained, logically, if you listen to him, he has no reason of accusing me. Now, I'm the leader of that county. When it comes to the issue of county sitting, I'm not the one who presides over the county sitting. It is the caucus chair who presides over the county sitting. When I present the county sitting in the conference,
who's the chair now?
Honorable Donkey. When I present the conference, the county sitting to the caucus chair, I remain
A participant.
a participant.